The cormorants that regularly fish in the waters of the River Thames will soon have some new neighbours. On this 480-acre stretch of land running between Vauxhall and Battersea, a new district for London is set to emerge, with towering apartment blocks, public parks, businesses, schools and shops.
Proposals to revitalise Nine Elms have been nearly 30 years in the making, but the story of its revival is as much about London's booming property market, which is still hugely attractive to foreign investors, as it is about the economic potential of this central London location.
Malaysian money is behind the redevelopment of the Grade 2 listed Battersea power station, while Chinese cash is paying for a 5-star hotel and apartment complex further downriver. One of the first developers to start building in the area was St James, part of the Berkeley Group, whose Riverlight development of 800 homes topped out this summer. Half of its sales have gone to foreign buyers.
Overseas investment is very important to us because it gives us the confidence to invest in a scheme. A scheme like Riverlight has a huge amount of infrastructure that needs to be paid for, and to give us the confidence to put that level of financial commitment forward, we need the confidence of a forward order book. And in the UK, financial products are very much limited to a 6-month lifespan. Elsewhere in the global market, investors are prepared to put down a deposit much earlier in the process. And that's very important to us in terms of our ability to deliver.
St James was influenced in its decision by the relocation of the US Embassy, which recently marked the official start of construction work with a groundbreaking ceremony. Its early commitment to a new home on the site, scheduled to open in 2017, was a big factor in attracting other developers.
Well, we had certainly hoped that our move across the river here to Nine Elms would be an anchor, that we would attract other businesses, other neighbours here in the area, and that certainly proved true already. From when we picked the site a few years back up till now, you've already seen lots of new businesses, lots of new people committing to join us in rebuilding this amazing part of London.
But for many future occupants here, the critical part of the scheme is the extension of London Underground's Northern Line to Nine Elms and Battersea, which is being paid for through a £1 billion loan guarantee from the Treasury.
The government expects to get its money back through an unusual arrangement called tax increment financing, where regeneration is paid for through higher expected tax revenues from new businesses springing up in the area.
Wandsworth Council leader Ravi Govindya is also co-chairman of the Nine Elms Partnership. He is confident that the funding model will be a success.
The scheme is innovative, and tax incremental financing will be the answer to how the Northern Line extension is funded. £663 million is what the Mayor's office will borrow, £203 million will be put in by the power station company, and the remainder will come from the other developers. And the payback on the cost of the Northern Line will be through commercial rate income from the new rateable footage built in the area.
It is expected to be 25 years before the Treasury sees a return in full, under a funding model that has a long pedigree in the US, but which has never before been tried in England. It is not without risk.
The mathematics will have been done okay at the beginning of the Nine Elms project, i.e. now, but what none of us can know is if there's going to be a big recession in future that nobody predicted, a big property recession, for example, or if the London property market changed in some unpredicted way. And if that happened, of course, there would be the risk that the yield of the property taxes would not be as high as is expected at the time the tax increment finance deal is struck.
For ministers and civic leaders, the prospect of this long neglected space in London springing back to life offers a tantalising prize in jobs and economic growth. For that reason, they believe, the risk is worth taking. James Pickford in Nine Elms for the Financial Times.